Welcome in the head coach of the #1 ranked Kansas Jayhawks, and that is Bill Self. And Bill, I remember seeing you. First of all, I put you #1 in the preseason. I saw you in that game at the Champions Classic against Duke, where you turned it over, 50 times or something like that. And I'm thinking to myself, what the hell did I do? Can I have a mulligan here? What's wrong? You don't have a four-man. You don't have a backup point guard. I'm worried about you. I'm worried about me for that preseason #1 pick. And you found a way to kind of revamp this team and get them to where right now you're probably the odds-on favorite to win it all. How?
Well, I don't think we really had to reinvent. We started out thinking our best 5 players needed to play the most minutes. And I think most coaches do that. And our best 5 players would be obviously playing 2 6'10" guys. And one thing about it, David can shoot the ball a little bit and get away from the basket, but Udoka needs to play close to it, at least where his catches are close in tight. So we really were stale offensively. We weren't as good a ball handling team, a passing team, and certainly we didn't create any space. That we created driving angles for our guards that are pretty good at getting downhill. So we switched up a little bit. We didn't have to reinvent anything, though. It just took me too long to figure it out. But we've actually played pretty well, since January 1 when we've gone to a small lineup.
How hard was it for you to adjust to that small ball lineup? Your typical lineups historically have been with 2 bigs. Do you get the shakes? Are you nervous when you don't have a 6'10" guy next to Doak out there?
Well, if you go back and look at our teams historically, you're exactly right, Rob. We've historically played 2 bigs, but many of the times we played 2 bigs, the second big was 6'5". You go back to my Tulsa days with Eric Coley. He was a small 4-man, and even some of the times here when we had really good teams, we played with some smaller 4-man, but we still played the same style. About the last, I'd say 8 or 10 years, we've gotten to playing more of a spread offense, ball screen mode style, and then of course ever since Josh Jackson came here, we basically played small ball. But we've always had a 4-man that was kind of the Josh Jackson type, and now we're just playing 4 little guards around Doak, and it's been good for us primarily because we've got a couple of guards that can really drive the ball well.
So you've had your share of off-the-court issues the last couple of years. Somebody close to you told me you're more motivated now than ever to try to win a national title. True or false?
Well, I would hope each year, I'd be motivated, but I am pretty focused. This has been a unique year because we've had some things going on outside of our control that we really had to deal with, and the players have been remarkable. They've been great, and my whole deal is I don't want to let them down, and I'm not going to lose focus over things that I can't control, at least at this juncture. That would become a distraction for me, which could become a distraction for them. So our guys have done a good job, for the most part, eliminating those distractions and just focusing between the lines, and they've done well. I'm really proud of them, how mature they've handled.
Now, you talked about defense a little bit earlier. I think, and you can disagree here, I think Udoka Azubuike is the best defensive center in college basketball. But 2 years ago, he was a little heavier, he was a little slower, and that mismatch was part of the reason why you guys lost to Villanova in the Final Four. So when he first got to campus, did you ever think that he could turn into the guy that he is right now?
Yes. I hate to say that. I mean, I did. I think he's there's obviously better offensive players out there in America than Udoka from a skill standpoint, obviously. But there's nobody more powerful. There's nobody more explosive, and there's certainly nobody that can defend his position better than he can. I think that he and Marcus both are 2 of the very best elite defenders in America, and the way that Doak can switch a ball screen, the way he can hedge a ball screen, the way he can recover, and of course the way that he can alter game plans as far as how they're going to attack him, because he has become a much better shot blocker and a lane protector, not just a rim protector. I think he gives us an element defensively that most teams do not have. And the biggest credit goes to him because the bottom line, he's gotten himself in an unbelievable shape. I thought he was in good shape when he weighed 280, and I think he did too. And now at 255, he's really seeing his body do some things that it never has before.
All right, we play this three-point play at the end of every interview, and we're going to hit you with 3 quick questions, some that you may not be able to answer, because you got to think quickly on your feet for these, Bill, and that is not your strength, as we know.
That's not my strength, but I'll give it a shot.
All right, listen, the first one's easy. It's a softball. Not pertaining to your team specifically, but what's the one thing that you need to be able to win a national title and win 6 straight? You've done it before. You've lost in the first round before. What's that one thing a team needs to win 6 straight?
Luck.
I like that. I like that. It's good.
This isn't really a question, it's just more of a request. Can you tell me about the time that Goodman reported that Joel Embiid might return to school but might also go to the NBA draft?
Well, I thought that was journalism at its finest. When a guy really puts his neck out on a limb to say he may or may not do this. I can't get over how anybody could. I mean, what a Pulitzer Prize. I don't know what he would deserve for that, but certainly he was deserving. That was really stepping out there on a limb.
All right, the last one. Your favorite rapper, and no, Snoop Dogg is not eligible.
Eminem.
All right, that's good. That's good.
And I know no rap songs, and I'm not a true fan of rap, but everybody has always told me he was as talented as anybody, so that's who I'll go with.
Can you come up anything? I mean, not even some Eminem lyrics, but some country. You got anything for us?
Like to sing?
Yeah. Like, come on. Something.
No, I do not. But believe it or not, Jeff, I can think on my feet quick enough to know the words to a few songs, but I will not share that with you over public airways.
All right. Well, listen, we appreciate it. Bill Self, Kansas head coach, for joining us here on College Hoops Insiders. Thanks, Bill.
All right, guys.